Strengthening the economy of Mexico has been a top focus for nearly every president in recent history. Since 2000, a few years after the Mexico peso crisis, the country's GDP has grown at an average rate of 1.7% per year, less than half its historical average of 3.6% over the prior 25 years. Mexico's economy is a classic example of a two-sided economy. While one part shines bright with a $1 trillion gross domestic product or GDP, the other part is overshadowed by the fact that approximately 36% of its population lives below the poverty line. Mexico's economy has a free market economy in which the prices of goods and services are determined in a free price system. Mexico is a member of the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation, APEC, the North American Free Trade Agreement, NAFTA, and the Trans-Pacific Partnership. GDP per capita, PPP, current international dollars, $21,512, 2022. Population total, 127,504,125, 2022. Ease of doing business rank, 72.4, 60 out of 189, 2020. Economic growth. Mexico's economy is especially strong in the service sector. In the fourth quarter of 2023, this sector represented 58.8% of GDP and employed 63.5% of the labor force, while the industrial sector represented 32.2% of GDP and employed 25% of the labor force, and the primary sector represented 3.4% of GDP and employed 10.7% of the labor force. In the period between 2010 and 2018, the Mexican economy grew at an average rate of 2.8%. However, due to the fall in oil prices in 2019, the global economic crisis caused by COVID-19 in 2020, the economy has been affected in recent years. It is foreseen that it will grow during 2022. This growth will be strengthened by the economic development strategy of the Mexican government that includes a consolidation of domestic consumption as a result of the implementation of social programs and financial inclusion, an increase of private investment in infrastructure and strategic sectors, a higher level of public investment, and an increase in exports as a consequence of the reconfiguration of global value chains. Despite the circumstances that have slowed growth in recent years, Mexico seeks to strengthen its economy through responsible economic, tax, financial, and commercial policies. To foster a higher growth rate, the Mexican government will increase infrastructure investment spending, reconfiguration of global value chains, economic development of the southern region of the country, more efficient allocation of resources, greater return on investment, and greater efficiency in the combination of factors of production fostered through the pacification strategy, the reduction of violence, the fight against corruption, and, in general, the strengthening of the rule of law, retraining of labor force skills. In 2024, the economy of Mexico is expected to achieve a growth rate higher than its 30-year average, despite the challenges posed by higher interest rates on investment and consumption at home, and lower growth in the U.S., its major trading partner. Mexico's GDP. The country has managed to move ahead despite poverty, corruption, income disparity, and the presence of a large informal economic sector. The World Bank categorizes Mexico as an upper-middle income nation. Mexico's $1.4 trillion GDP as of 2022 made it the 14th largest economy in the world in terms of nominal gross domestic product, while placing it in the 84th spot in terms of purchasing power parity, using constant 2017 international dollars. Mexico is the second largest economy in Latin America after Brazil and an oil exporting nation. In 2019, Mexico's growth rate went negative for the first time in a decade, dipping to negative 0.05%. According to the World Bank, compared to similar economies, Mexico underperformed in terms of poverty reduction, growth, and inclusion. The economy contracted by 8.24% in 2020, experiencing demand and supply shocks caused by the impact of COVID-19 pandemic. But the economy recovered post-2020 and showed positive growth in 2021 and 2022, according to the World Bank, growing at a 4.7% in 2021 and 3.1% in 2022. Agriculture imports and exports. Mexico's agriculture imports in 2021 totaled approximately $41.4 billion, while its exports amounted to approximately $46.6 billion. Mexico's biggest trading partner is the United States, which purchases about 80% of the nation's agricultural exports. Mexico and the U.S. have a complementary trade relationship, which refers to the fact that the two countries tend to export different agricultural products to one another. Industry sector. Oil. Mexico also has the oil to power these cars. In 2021, the nation ranked 12th in the world for crude oil production with 1.9 million barrels produced daily. Oil industry earnings amounted to about 16% of the total government revenues. A key component of Mexico's economy is its trading partnership in oil production with the U.S. In 2021, the U.S. imported over 212 million barrels of Mexico's heavy crude oil. Manufacturing. In manufacturing, Mexico has the advantage of high labor productivity and free trade agreements with multiple nations. Rising wages in China also make Mexico a more attractive destination for manufacturing. A natural gas price tied to the U.S. are helping the country boost its manufacturing. Manufacturing contributes 19% to the country's GDP. Mexico's economy has recovered its employment and GDP pre-pandemic levels. Mexico's stable macroeconomic framework, the U.S. dynamism, and solid manufacturing base will support economic growth. To accelerate sustainable economic growth and poverty reduction over the medium term, Mexico needs to address structural constraints such as limited access to finance, insecurity, informality, regulatory burdens, and infrastructure bottlenecks. However, the country also suffers from problems like corruption, a high informal economy, drug cartels, and income inequality, which needs to be tackled to ensure sustainable growth. Tackling these challenges is essential to fully seize the opportunity that nearshoring represents in the current international environment. Is the economy of Mexico a rising star or a diminishing one? What do you think? How do we do? If we missed something, please say in the comments. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel.